Hello, everyone. I'm Gerald, Tarot Stash. Thank you very much for joining me. Today, I am doing a flip through for the second edition of the Bonefire Tarot, and it is by Gabby Angus-West. And links are below if you would like to pre-order and purchase responsibly and know your limits. I believe I was sent this deck for review purposes. I don't recall purchasing it, but it was on my wish list because I have the first one, or the first edition. So, and again, know your limits, purchase responsibly. This is due out the end of November. And linked below are some videos that I did previously. I did a flip through of my Bonefire, the mass market edition, and I did alterations to it. I actually cut it down, and so I trimmed it and did some modifications of it. So anyhow, let's say hi to a few people. And Visual Thinker is here from Bend, Oregon. Good to see you. Thank you. Teresa, good to see you. Diana, also known as Wonder Woman or Oil Painter, is here. Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot, thank you. Fogo Pogo, Kaylee is here. Hello. Rossi, Kristen, Dina, Shaw Woman, Nalani, Hypnocity, and Tony from Antoinette Tarot and Jewelry is here. And Jane the Seeker is here. And for those of you who missed this morning's readings with Jane and Nancy, go back and watch it. They were really, really good. Really good. So, and Kaylee is work lurking. I get it. I get it. So I hope I haven't missed anyone. Did I say hi to Rossi? Hi, Rossi. Good to see you. And a couple of announcements before I get to the cards. I am teaching a Divine Complement class on Saturday the 30th. And that is hosted by Val from Dragonfly Crystals. There's still time to sign up for the class, and you can do that at dragonflycrystals.store. It's a 2-hour class, and it's only $29. So there's that. Tomorrow, I am hosting a Channelrama where Purple Elephant Deb H., Angela from Cartomancy Mesquite, and Medium Betsy Palmer and I will be doing channeled messages from spirit guides. I also have a very exciting thing. Tuesday, also, I have a casual with Jeffrey's Voice, and that's at 4 p.m., my regular time that I will go live. And I have a back and forth with Jamie on Tuesday evening at 5:30 Eastern. And we will be talking about curating our collection. And then on Thursday with Angela, Deb, and Jane the Seeker, we are doing a woo-woo witchery and coffee club where we're talking about the challenge of reading for yourself. This was a suggestion from Beth, Aspasia Rising, and I'm like, this is a good idea. So we've made that happen. So thank you, everyone. We get caught up in chat. Kristen Louise is here. Hi, Kristen. Good to see you. So Tony is also work lurking. So for all you work lurkers and those who watch back, thank you. Give us a thumbs up. And you're all the best chatters already, so you all know that. So this is cool. And Jane is, it's almost Jane's nap time. So while we put Jane to sleep, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe because it's free. Okay, so this is the Bonefire Tarot, the second edition. It comes in a box which is different than the first edition. You can see the difference there in the size. It is also um, thicker. So it does come in a nice little box, by the way. I put mine like that because it's me. So, hi, Candy. Good to see you. It does come in a nice little flip box, and the a massive book. Check out that book. I'm loving me some of that. Comes like that. There are the cards, and I will do a comparison of the cards for you. And but it does have that, and there's the back if you need to pause that so that you can see it. This is different than the first edition, the mass market, which is like this, and a nifty little pull like that. And it came in a box that actually you had to separate the cards, which wasn't my favorite. But the books are pretty much the same, except this one is larger than the other. So let me pull the book out so that you can see it. If you have questions, I will try to catch them. This is, again, by Schiffer, Red Feather. And it is published in 2023. So it is a legit copy. And this, the book, what's really cool about this book is it's 248 pages, which is incredible. At the back, it does have a glossary of the Bonefire symbols. So that is very helpful. It does have a section about reading. Yes, Candy, this is mass market. It is scheduled to be released at the end of November. I believe you can pre-order it responsibly. And so it does have content about the majors, a note about reversals, and then it goes through each of the cards, and that is very helpful. One thing that is different than the first edition, the images, they are still in color. Kudos, love that. They are a bit smaller here in the second edition book. I believe the book is still very much the same, and each card ends with information about the symbols that are associated with it. So, is the book, Jane, I do not believe the book is updated. As I was reading this last night, I do not see a whole lot of difference in it, but now let me check something. Actually, it looks to be the same. One thing that's, the print is really small. The print is readable in the new book. So, yeah. So, okay, Candy, I will do that. So we have a question about the cardstock. And one thing that I will say is the backs are different. I did try to put these in some semblance of order so that we can do some comparison. Please understand that my edition of this book, of this deck, I modified, I trimmed it. And so here's the, this was glossy on the first edition. Here's the back of the first edition. Here's the back of the second edition. And basically, it's like if they trimmed off like what I did, then it's about the same size. The cardstock is I would say better. Um, hmm. I think I guess Candy, what is it that you didn't like about the other cardstock? This one, I mean, it shuffled because, of course, it was glossy, but this it actually does have it is trimmed. It is a red orange color, and it's matte. It's actually very pretty. And the sticky gloss, it's not sticky. It's not okay, sorry. It's not sticky. So and of course I had that upside down. Let me do a comparison so that you can see what it looks like compared to the standard RWS. So it is shorter and it is wider. So there we go. So it's about 1/4 of an inch wider, and I'd almost say 3/4 of an inch shorter. So, okay. I know you're all wanting to see some of that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very much so. It's a dream candy. So, okay. So, I'm not going to do a comparison because I want to just spend all of the time on the new deck. I did have these out. This is I got introduced to this deck, and I used it for my Gratitude Challenge 2020 back in the day. So let me put all of that away. So I have there. Okay, I will. Whew, sip, everybody. Okay, so here's the Fool. I think you can see that okay. The Magician. These are the same images. They just have been enlarged a little bit to fit the card stock or the card size. Yeah, that is when we first met, Candy. Yeah, that's right. So this is the High Priestess. Oh no, this is the Empress. Sorry, I need to say this. This is the Emperor. This is the Hierophant. The Lovers. We have the Chariot. Strength. So strength is 8 in this. We have the Hermit. Trying to make sure that you can see that. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice, which is 11. Each of the major arcana have the name, but they also have the number associated with the card. Yes, there are lots of flames in this. It is the Bonefire Tarot. The Hanged Man. These are based on Sailor Jerry's tattoo. So, tattoo art. This is Death, card 13. And this is one of those decks that I truly appreciate because all of the symbols, there's so much to look at. This is Temperance, 14. Or she is here. Hello. And Beth is here, Aspasia Rising. And are the colors a little more muted? Yes, they are. You can see that they are definitely a little bit more muted. So I will actually do a comparison when I get to the King of Cups to show you. They are a little bit more muted. So there's the Devil. We have the Tower. The Star. I think with them being a bit more muted as well as not being glossy is a huge help. Here's the Moon. And the Sun. We have Judgment. Gabi Angus-West's website is linked below. They have been working on multiple things. So here's the World. So, okay. I like the size a lot. The size is good. Which do I prefer? I actually prefer the I prefer the colors of the first mass market edition, but I like the matte finish of the second edition. So, and yeah, the size is good. There you go. Oh, I think I remember that, Kristen Louise. You were not sure. And I actually did it. And what I ended up doing for mine is I trimmed it and then I edged it in a purple. The link below, there's a link below to what I did if you want to go back and watch that. So, okay, so we're going into the wands. Here's the Ace of Wands. The Two of, wait a minute. Yeah, Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Trying to get that light just perfect for you. Five of Wands. So the wands obviously are wands with pine cones on the end and flames. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. And again, each of these have the card titles on them. And they are done in Gabi's handwriting or art style. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. Yeah, I understand, Candy. The colors are are different. They still, I mean, they work well. Nancy was a sweetheart and sent me a copy of this, but it got lost in the mail. Oh, in the post. I'm sorry. And yeah, and Beth, I do remember you rehoming yours, I think. And I didn't actually, well, I didn't necessarily plan that, but it's fun. So, Okay. And so then we have the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. There's a lot to take in on these cards. The Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. This is one of those decks. It took me a little bit of getting used to, and I had to slow down and I had to notice the symbols over a couple of days. And that's one of the things that I did with the gratitude challenge was as I pulled a single card for each day, and then it was the story of it was the um, it was the repeat symbols that really gave me an opportunity there. Um, Chris, okay, how the focus is on something else when the colors are more muted. Could be, yeah, I can see that. And okay, let me get caught up in chat. I find it easier to look at with more muted colors, Candy. The glossier one made me sick to my stomach. Only that's happened with me. Yeah, I get that too, as does Candy. And I think there's some opportunity with that as well. Um, on okay, so I had here's the King of Wands. So you can see the king is a little different as well. Different skin to oh, that's a different card. I may have to do a comparison of these two, right? That's the king and the king. Yeah, so some of the images have been altered. Hmm. Maybe I'll have to go through this when I'm done and notice that. So okay, now we're going into oh, Michelle Marie is here. Hello. I'm having a full schedule. I think it's great. Okay, so the now I want to pull out, see if I can do the comparison. Okay. All right, let me pull that out. So I'll look to see what's different. Okay, that's the other one. Yeah. Bad host. No, not bad host. I will show the second card if there is a difference. The colors are more muted in the original, than for in the new one. So you can see that the green of the Taurus ears are different. The Three of Swords. The Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Images are the same. Six of Swords. And the Seven. This is one where, okay, here's the Seven of the second edition. So you can definitely tell with the first edition, the colors are much more vibrant. Still works quite well. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. Yeah, I'm a fan of that Four of Swords too, Candy. It's the Ten of Swords. Will you show a side-by-side flip through? Would love to see both versions. I could probably do that, yes. Don't know when. And hi, Fatima. Good to see you. And okay. So looking to make sure. Here's the Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The Queen is different. Here's the second edition. Here's the first edition. So the Queen has been redrawn. Again, first edition, second edition. King of Swords. Bye, Kristen. Hi, Calla Lizzie. All right, and okay, so now we're going to look at cups. Just pulling out to make sure that I can see. Let me get caught up in chat. Lizzie. Yeah, the Seven of Swords feels like my ex. So fitting. Yeah. So, okay. And again, we are doing a flip through of the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus-West, the second edition. It is available through Red Feather Schiffer Publishing. Link is below. I believe I was sent this copy for review. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. And it is scheduled to come out like November 23rd, I believe. And so, okay, so here are the cups. By Diana, Wonder Woman. The Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. Just making sure they're the same. Yes, so the colors are more muted in the second edition. Still lovely. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six of Cups, which I think is a charming card. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, everybody just know your limits, purchase responsibly. It is due out in time for the holidays, to the December holidays, if you want to tell people about that. And the Eight of Cups. I'm going to shuffle this for the first time when I'm done with the flip through, because I haven't shuffled them because I was wanting to wait. The Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. I'm really grateful that it is not glossy. I would not have liked it. This is the Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups is different. This is the Queen of Cups on the second edition. And here's the Queen on the first edition, Queen of Cups. And the King of Cups. All right, let me get caught up in chat. All right. It's yeah, I'm I have not done my daily read for myself. This is the deck that I want to use for my daily reading candy. So um I've been waiting to do it. It is really beautiful, yeah. And Calla Lizzie said, I like the colors in this edition. I'm so aggravated that I missed the beginning. I can play back. Okay. And gifted for yourself. Yeah. No one buys or she any tarot decks. So they have to buy for themselves. Aw. Yeah, the Knight's good. I like that one. And Calla Lizzie is staring at the cards. So it's very interesting because I wasn't expecting any differences, so I'm okay. So and Alice L is here. Hello, Alice. Okay. So I have the Pentacles now. There's the Ace of Pentacles. Here's the Two of Pentacles, which has been redrawn. There's the second edition. And here's the first edition. I think one of the things that I appreciate about the updated version is you can actually see the face better, because some of the faces were smoky. So the Three of Coins. The Four of Coins. The Five of Coins. Yes, I agree, Orshi. The first edition was a zombie in the Two of Coins. You're right. That is how it looked. Six of Coins. Oops. The Seven of Coins, which is the face shows up so much better in the second edition than this one, the first edition. Hi, Tammy Pie. So you can definitely see the facial features better. It is borderless, Tammy Pie. It resembles what I ended up doing with my version, which was cut the borders off. The Eight of Coins. The Nine of Coins. The Ten of Coins. And then we have the Page of Coins. The Knight of Coins. the Queen of Coins, which hasn't been redrawn, but you can definitely tell it may have been touched up. She may have had a little work done because she's not as sunken in the eyes. And then the King of Coins. There you go. So that is the flip through of the Bonefire Tarot second edition by Gabi Angus-West. Available the end of November from Schiffer or Red Feather Publishing. And I am are there any cards that people wanted to see again before I mix the deck up? And maybe I'll do a draw for people. So if you would like that, there's an opportunity there. I'll take a sip. Well, hello, Ramon. Ramon, I'm here. I've got a lot of fun stuff planned this week. It's really awesome. So, and if you have, okay, we want to see the High Priestess and Magician. Okay, here is the Magician. And the High Priestess. And Candy said £31.99 on UK Amazon, release date Jan 15th. And Chris from Elemental Cartomancy is here. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. She reminds you of somebody, but you can't place it. The High Priestess? Yeah. I felt the same way, and I don't know who it is. So, Chris, I've just finished, and if people wanted to see a specific card to let me know before I shuffle the deck. That actress, or she, I can't remember her name, but I can see her. So, all right. So if you have a card that you want to see, please let me know. And because I want to quickly, I'm curious as if any other, if the majors are different. So, hi Vanessa, good to see you. Okay. Here, I'm going to. Are there any cards that have been changed? Yes, some of the queens and kings have been adjusted. I am looking to see. The Magician is very different. Here is the second edition. Here's the first edition. So in the first edition, we didn't have a person, or his head was down there. So there is some difference. High Priestess is pretty much the same. The Empress has been changed. This is the second edition, and the first edition here. First edition. This is the second edition. The Emperor. The card has really been lightened up and the face has been adjusted. Here's the second edition. Here's the first edition. So that was one thing that was a bit challenging with the first edition. Some of the cards looked very ashen in their drawings. I'm wondering if it's up to date with the 28th or two. Okay. Okay. All right. Candy says she doesn't like any of the changes. I get that. I wasn't really noticing. Oh, the chariot is different. Okay, the chariot, interesting. Here's the second edition. I'm glad we're doing this. Here's the first edition. So the cards have been flipped and the face has been changed, and you could actually see the dogs. So, and by the way, female appearing charioteer, not female. I'm just going through some of these to see what's different. Well, and this is where you can definitely tell them the now I didn't realize there would be so many changes. Chris, I didn't know that there would be, and it was because somebody had asked a question. The new one has a fairy mood to it, yeah. First edition for shadow work, the second edition for light work, maybe. That could be. I like that approach, yes. And when I say I don't like the changes, I still love them both. I'm being super picky. I'm totally being super picky too. I get it. I completely understand. Here's another example of here's the second edition. Here's the second edition Temperance. Here's the first edition, and you can see how lightening it up and the balance that they did, you can actually see a bit more of the images. So, the star, here's the second edition. You can tell the face has been adjusted. It's not bright as blushy. So there we go. So there's that. I'm gonna okay, so I'm going through again, checking to see for any changes. Okay, here's a change in the Five of Wands. This is the second edition, and this is the first edition. So we actually see the people's head in the second edition, whereas they were acorns in the first edition. I did not realize that there were going to be so many changes either. Okay. Oh, look, Candy. There's the card, the airplane. It does have a different vibe, Calla Lizzie. I am feeling that as well. Yep. Were you thinking of Debbie Mazur for the High Priestess, Beth? Aw. Now you all know. Love that. Drop a card. Not rolling over it. And there is a difference in the King of Wands. Here's the second edition. Here's the first edition. Tammy, I like that idea of shadow work and lighter work. That's an interesting thought. Okay, so I'm going to go through the cards again and hold up the comparisons for you if there are any. There it is. That's who it was. Debbie Mazer. I've been Googling like crazy. Well, welcome to the best chatters. They're the ones who are going to help with this. Okay. Somebody said, I believe they talked about that the Six of Swords was very peaceful. So first and second edition. No difference here for the Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords, you can actually see what's going on a little bit better. And the Queen of Swords, we talked about a little bit. Here's the second edition. I think she got her face a bit better because in the first edition, it could be a bit harsh. So, yeah, it does look like her. Yeah, the Six of Swords they're both great. They're both great, Calla Lizzie. Okay, just going through. Now looking at the cups. Here's the Three of Cups. I may have shown this earlier, Three of Cups. And then here's the Three of Cups in the first edition. I like how there's a bit more depth in the image for me. Okay. Okay, I think brings us back to where we were when I started to really pay attention to those. But okay. Okay, the Queen of Cups is different. We talked about that. So, Chris, here's the Queen of Cups in the second edition. Here's the Queen of Cups in the first edition. Completely redrawn. The Queen. King's the same. The Two of Pentacles has been redrawn, lightened up the face, because that one is, I think it was, or she said, looked like a zombie in the second edition. So here's the first edition. Here's the second edition. So, okay. All right. And I still love that Eight of Pentacles. Love that. Bye, Candy. Thanks for being here. So, okay. Gosh, everybody, thanks for being here for this. I do appreciate it. And there's that. So let me shuffle these for you. And I do have a lot of good stuff coming up the rest of this week. So, by the way, Chris, if you missed it, if you're still here, it is edged with a red-orange color, and it is a matte. It's great. So, you're welcome, Shaw Woman. I'm glad you were home for this too, or she. So it does riffle shuffle, and so it's a bit of a thicker deck, I think, but it does not stick at all. So none of the glossy cardstocky stuff. So yeah, I love the edging. I was not expecting that. So Orshi said, Orshi, I hope you're, knowing your limits, purchasing responsibly. I'll be getting this for sure. I'll attempt to pre-order on Wordery. So, and so it shuffles nicely this way. Trying to figure out how else people shuffle this way. It works well. It slides pretty nicely. It is a slightly thicker cardstock than some of the other decks. However, I think it's going to be something that works out pretty nicely. Yeah, it's matte. It's gorgeous. It's the new book depository. So, all right. So, and the edging looks like it's handling things well. I have seen a few people who have done flip throughs of this and reviews. So obviously, like, share, and subscribe. You'll probably see me using this. I'm going to be, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to do my daily draw with it. So, but let's pick a card for all of you who are watching the playback. What's the message about this deck for you? Does that sound all right for everybody? And my first order from there arrived today without any problem. Oh, that's good, Orshi. So the second edition has a more spring-summer feel to me. The first edition had in November. Yeah. All right. We have a 5 of coins. So 5 of coins being on the outside a little bit, and we're getting into the cooler parts of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. So don't force yourself to sit outside longer than you need to. And look at watch this playback before you order the deck. Look at some other flip throughs, walkthroughs, and take some time and make sure that you've got control over your money. We have the Lovers card, which will also support making sure that what you're getting is actually going to be a good addition to your tarot collection. You may already have something in your collection that could fill this need. Think about how often if you had the first edition, how often you've used it. And then the last card is the 10 of Wands. Be careful of taking on more than what's yours. It can get overwhelming. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. Definitely share this, because I don't think a lot of people know that it's out, and I'm grateful that you were all here to suggest me doing some comparisons to them. So, yeah, what a message. So, know your limits, purchase responsibly. Join in tomorrow. I've got 3 lives tomorrow that are going to be lots of fun, including a casual with Jeffrey's voice. So look forward to that. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you. All right. Take care. Bye.